Well, a classic coming to you from Browns Plains 10-pin. This is the game 4 in the stepladder final. Tony Rodrick up against Mark Ramsay. Rodrick beating Sharon McLeish and Tom Curry to get into the stepladder final. And he seeded number 2. Mark Ramsay to get here beat Steve Lovell, Chris Batson, Tony Kelly in game 2 of the stepladder, and Andrew Drew in game 3. Here is Rodrick's first ball. Pumped up, ready to rock and roll. My co-commentator is Terry Wenban. That is what you call a perfect start.
That's terrific. You know, Tony's a power player. He's a very aggressive player. He wants to get away to a good start. You'll see here a great shot, perfect shot. He's begging for it. He likes to intimidate. He's off to a good start.
Mark Ramsay, 29 years of age, a Brisbane City Council foreman, South Pacific champion, New South Wales Open, a Brisbane Cup and Redcliffe City Open. Some of his tournament victories in 1990. He'd love to round it off with a win in the Coke Classic. Oh dear, not a convincing start for him.
No, that's not a very good start at all. You know, Tony got up there through a great first shot. He's really going to try and put the wood on Mark early. You'll see here Mark pulls the shot up, throws a little short, hangs up maybe a little, goes through for a 6 count. He's left himself a difficult spare. He doesn't want to open a frame or else Tony's just going to jump all over him real quick. Mark
struggled in game 3 of the stepladder against Andrew Drew. Just got home when Drew made a mistake. Will he make one here? No. Covers up the spare.
He got away with that one. He's not spared it probably the way he wanted it, but a good spare nonetheless. He'll be very, very pleased with that, to get away with a spare in the first frame. You see here with Mark, he's got a good backswing, straight backswing. Through the ball, comes down, right through the ball. Good extension, gets the ball way out onto the lane. Very, very low to the lane too.
And all the spectators here, Browns Plains 10-pin, a great exhibition between two hot left-handers. Let's wait for Ramsay now. Crowd starting to get behind Ramsay. Very popular here in Queensland.
Well, Mark is very popular, but that's 2 of the same shot. So, as he said, getting up there fraction fast, getting to the foul line early, not being able to get through the ball as he wants to. He's got to get up now, make the spare, and hope Tony doesn't do too much damage to him while he's sitting on the bench.
Hard one for the lefty.
It is. This is a tricky spare. Very difficult.
He called it, and he missed it.
Well, that's the trouble with the spare, is you can throw it past it real easy. You just don't get it back. You'll see here the ball just slides out, never comes back. And it's a bad thing to do so early in the game.
Tony Rodrick, 34 years of age, been bowling for 20 years. He's been in 4 previous Coca-Cola Classics, a contract cleaner from Greenslopes in Brisbane, runner-up in the Winfield Classic in New Zealand, runner-up in the Hunter Valley Open, and winner of the Flyway Doubles this year, winner of the Winfield Classic in New Zealand in 89, member of the PBA Tour in 88, 87 and 89. Oh dear, and a dreadful split for him.
Well, Chris, you know, I watched him practice. He was using another ball on that lane. I thought he might have been going to use one for one lane, one for the other, but he hasn't. He's got through the ball. It's come up straight through the nose. That's just let Mark right back into this game. And it hasn't done Tony's confidence any good.
And neither will that either. Should have taken out 2.
He should have taken out 2, because after a strike, you've got 10 plus the next 2 balls. That's actually just cost him 2 pins, not 1.
Rodrick now has to put that one out.
Well, he can't get over. He just can't get over it. You know, he knew he needed a strike there would put Mark under enormous pressure straight off the bat. That's what he wants to do. He wants to build up the pressure on Mark and just hope he collapses.
Open frames for both, and both on 26 into the 3rd. That's it. Does plenty of work on the ball and gets the reward.
He's just a great player, Tony. He's such a strong player and powerful player. You know, we talk about Tom eating meat for breakfast. I think Tony would too. He's just really powerful, strong. He just gets the ball. When he hits the pocket, everybody knows about it. It's just a great shot. It's right through the ball. The ball revs a lot. Powerful shot. Good result.
A wealth of experience too from Rodrick. He is a experience in America. As we watch Mark Ramsay, his reply. Goes Brooklyn.
Well, you know, Mark's dropped it short there. He hasn't looked good right from the start. He's got to find something soon. He's got to start getting that ball well out onto the lane. You see here again, he's playing a bit further inside than Tony. The ball runs across. They're not going to win this match. He's going to have to go out, get strikes, and he's going to have to hit the pocket. See here there on pin can, the ball just hitting the right-hand side of the head pin and just leaving the fire.
Oh, and that was within a whisker of leaving another open frame.
That's right. This ball's just jumping away, and you'll see here, Mark's changed to the harder ball, but he's thrown it inside the target line. The ball's taken it. He was very, very lucky for that to not miss.
We'll take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Neck and neck at the moment, though Tony Rodrick has a strike on his scorecard.
To stay loose.
See what he can do, the fourth seed. Yeah! He liked it. You heard it. Starting to build up the tempo is Tony Rodrick.
Yes, you know, as I said, once Tony gets going, he's just unstoppable. It's just a freight train coming in. He just will not give up. You can see there right through the shot. He loves it. Powerful shot of his. Just blows it away. You'll see Tony here, drops his shoulder, ball back, and he gets right through the ball. Good knee bend, well down on the lane. Great shot.
In 88, he was runner-up. He top-seeded, was beaten in the final. A very disappointed man. He wants to go one better this year.
He was that after that match, and he'll be determined to win this one for sure.
Sit. Thank you.
There you go. He explains everything for us.
Exactly. That just about sums it up. It was the right shot in the wrong lane. He's playing two different shots on each lane, which is what you have to here. All the lanes don't play the same. A lot of people think they do, but every individual lane is different. You've got to throw a different type of shot and have a different mental attitude. Sort of like shaping a golf shot around trees or however you play the hole. You've got to do that for every particular lane. Difficult spare here. Let's see what he can come up with.
Hurry!
Oh, gave it every possible hope. That is a fantastic shot.
Well, you could hear him say, Harry, he wanted to get the ball down before the ball jumped at the back end. Bit fortunate there, bringing that head pin off the kick back, but you can see there when he says hurry, he wants to get it there. Good result. See it again. Goes out. Quite often you pick that up in that fashion.
Tony Rodrick now waits for his opponent. Again, he looks down, not looking at his opponent nor the scoreboard. His opponent, though, a strike, his first in this match.
Well, Chris, he's changed bowling balls to the wide UDOT. He did that in the previous match and then strung six, 7 strikes in a row or something against Chris Batson, I believe. I think he's made the right change. The ball got further down the lane. He's going to get the pin reaction. Good shot. This could be the deciding factor now. Mark needs to strike. See there on pin cam. Gets a great mix on the pins. Gets 10. Needs a double, Chris.
Mark can strike out from here. 2:44 game coming up. Rodrick, the best he could do was a 2:43. Let's wait.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Very fortunate, but still 10 down.
That wasn't such a bad shot. He knows he has to play the ball out wide and let the ball run up. He's changed balls. He's made the right decision. You see it here. It comes back. A little lucky there to pull out the 9-pin, but gets the break.
We're asking a little earlier, Mark Ramsay, can he ride his good fortune? He was very lucky to get out of jail against Andrew Drew, who only had to spare the final frame to win and blew it.
Yeah, that was a very wayward shot for the first shot, leaving himself a difficult spare. But anyway, let's see what Tony can do. Let's see if he can get back onto target and get a strike here.
Come on.
Well,
Hold on the right lane. That's the start.
you can hear it from himself. He knows exactly what he's doing. Again, the pressure of the situation is just untold. You see there in the pin cam, the ball hits the right-hand side of the head pin, leaving himself the 5-8. Difficult spare. In these sort of situations, it's very, very easy to chop the ball, chop the pin. Just got to make the spare.
Does so. Without too many problems.
You see here he's throwing the ball. He's gone to the plastic ball, so it won't overreact. Picked up the spare comfortably.
Take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Tony Rodrick in a bit of trouble here against Mark Ramsay in the 4th game of the stepladder final of the 1990 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic.
Our tip for today is aimed at the people who have never really been bowling before. The basic thing to remember is where you direct your thumb will direct where the ball goes. If the thumb is pointed straight to the ceiling, then the ball will go straight down the lane. If you turn your thumb from left to right, that will direct the direction of the ball. The other thing to remember with most sports is the follow-through. As long as it's shoulder height, that will also assist the ball in its direction down the lane.
10-pin bowling action continues here on Dine's Wide World of Sports. Tony Rodrick needing to strike here, get something happening. If he were to strike out from here, the 231 game, his opponent, who has a double, is Mark Ramsay, looking at 244 if he can strike out. Early days yet, a lot of pressure, Terry.
An enormous amount of pressure. Tony wants to get a strike up here and make Mark think.
Not again.
Well, you can see it's just the pressure of the situation. You get up there, you know what you got to do, and you just get to the foul line, and all of a sudden you start to think about a strike. Maybe up there a bit quick. I don't know. It's just the pressure. You just want to win so badly.
Yeah, we can have a look at it here. We're into the 7th frame. 3 strikes for Rodrick, only 2 for Ramsay. Doesn't miss too many of them, Tony Rodrick.
Tony's a great sparer. Very rarely you see Tony miss spares. Marky now has an opportunity to build up a good lead. See Tony going for the spare here. And always uses the plastic ball so it doesn't overreact, using a urethane for the first.
Mark Ramsay, 29-year-old from Wavell Heights, taking plenty of time with every shot. We saw his opponent in game 3 of the step-ladder final, Andrew Drew, rush his final shot. Very costly it was. Gave him victory. He knows he's in here with a big chance. Let's wait for it. Oh, is it going forward? Yes! Oh dear, when luck's on your side, you ride it.
You've got to. You know, you don't have any choice. I thought it was a great shot. I thought it was going to take it out the first time round. The pin stood up against it. You'll see here the ball goes out, comes up right on the head pin. This is the shot I was talking about. I thought that pin was going to get it. It got it. That shot there could actually be the decider. You'll see here on a pin can, the pin goes around, just toddling, just falls over. Mark's ecstatic. He's got 3 in a row now. He can really put some damage here, and he really put a lot of pressure on Tony to get up and make strikes. As you can see him talking to himself, he wants one more. Just one more could give him the win, and it'll give him a big cushion.
No, the run of strikes comes to an end. 3 in a row. Settles for a 9.
Well, as you heard Mark say, it was a good shot. It was a good shot. It was solid in the pocket. Didn't make an error. See, he lifted it. Actually, that probably lifting it out a bit too hard on the lane. It came back hard at the back end, just a little bit too high. You can hear him talking, a little bit more room. That's all he needed to do. He's just got to pick up the spare. He can't miss anything now.
Yep.
I said it to Jeanette in the previous game, how bowlers nonchalantly turn their backs and walk away.
Well, at this level, Chris, you know, single pin should be a formality. Any single pin. You shouldn't miss any. You know, you'll probably see Tony doing while he's sparing. He hardly takes any time. Just walks over, picks it up, throws the ball. You do it 1,000 times, you'll leave a lot more spares and you get strikes. So that's really how it is. And, you know, I personally hold single pins with contempt because they've cost me a strike. So you just take them with no time at all. See if you can get in there.
Needs a strike here.
Carry!
Yeah, went Brooklyn. He needed that because his opponent has the jump on him at the moment.
He certainly did. He put it down a bit short. Didn't get through the ball as well as he'd like. And you can hear him call out carry. He wants the shot to go. A bit lucky, but that's a good shot. Mark's had the break so far with that 5-pin falling over. They're even Stevens as far as that goes. Now it's up to Tony to capitalise. He needs this double. He has to strike here to stay in touch in the match. He has to throw a good shot. He needs to get it out, needs to let the ball come back and do it. He must strike here.
Crucial part of this match. Let's wait for it.
Come on, come on!
Yeah, he called it. Maybe this is the role that Rodrick needed.
This is, you know, this is bowling. This is what it's all about. It comes down to the last couple of frames. All the bowlers need strikes. They're getting them. This is a great shot, straight in the pocket. Good shot. Tony loves it. He's going to get pumped up by it.
Can take a break now. His opponent, Mark Ramsay, comes up to the line. This game, Terry, right down to the wire at this stage.
It certainly is. Mark needs to get one here.
He knew that wasn't any good.
No, he put that one up a bit short. I thought he'd send it out a bit wider, but he didn't. Needs to give the ball just more room. Just let it run out and run back onto the head pin. He knew it, as you say. He'll take 8 from that. He knows he's thrown a bad shot. Just got to go back and make the spare. But he must make the spare.
All the way.
Yep, you heard it. I knew he was home that time.
Yes, he's getting a little frazzled there. As I say, the tension builds up by the time you get to the 10th frame. You know, you just want to get that game over and done with.
We'll take a short break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Nothing in it. Tony Rodrick and Mark Ramsay. Rodrick on a double, Ramsay on a spare, coming into the 10th and final frame.
For 26
Lanes 10-pin here in Brisbane. This is the 4th game of the step-ladder final between Mark Ramsay and Tony Rodrick, both of Brisbane. The winner of this contest will play Warren Stewart in the final of this year's Coke Series. The loser bows out, takes 3rd place, $2,500. Mark Ramsay coming off a spare in the 9th. He can punch out in the 10th, a 2-11 game. Oh, everywhere. They all fell around that pin.
That's just unbelievable. That's his bread and butter shot when he throws it wide. Comes back 9 times out of 10. That'll carry that corner pin. I just can't believe that. You see here, he's thrown it, got it out wide. Ball comes, everything's just gone right around. He can't believe it. That was a great shot. And he's got a 9. Still puts him a couple of pins up, though, if Tony doesn't strike. He's just got to make the spare now.
Oh, dear. He wanted that one to hurry. Looks up. A sigh of relief.
We're in a situation now where if Mark can get a strike here, Tony has to strike to win the match. You'll see here he throws it down the middle, calls for it to hook. Hooks across, picks it up. If Mark can get a strike here, Tony has to strike to have any chance at all. If Mark doesn't strike and Tony gets 9, there can be a tie.
Let's wait for it. Ramsay's final delivery. Yeah, boy, what a good finish.
Well, that's exactly what he wanted, as I said now. Tony has to strike. If Tony gets up, wraps a pin, Mark's the winner. Tony has to strike here. If he strikes, he wins. If he doesn't strike, he loses. But it's all on this shot. He's on the right-hand lane. He hasn't liked this right-hand lane. Let's see what he can do. It's going to be all up to him now. He's just got to concentrate. He's got to take his time. You can see Mark there saying, well, whatever happens now happens. He's done his best. He's given it his best shot. All up to Tony. If Tony gets this one, he'll run a mile.
Let's wait for it. Rodrick, everything depends on this delivery.
Carry!
Oh, yes! Oh, goodness me. That is bowling at its absolute tiniest margin of error in that one.
Well, you know, you talk about getting the breaks. That's got to be the ultimate. You know, he's gone Brooklyn. He's gone high. The pin rocks, falls forward. Unbelievable. That's given him the win. That's just unbelievable. You'll see here in the pin can, the pin runs the other way and goes the falls the other way.
Oh, there it is. What a good finish. He'd like to punch out. That would be a confidence booster for the final against Warren Stewart.
He would be now. He's got to be looking at it. He's got to be looking at the next game and trying to build his confidence up.
Tony Rodrick into the final. Remember, he was in the final of the '88 Classic. High on the head pin, finishes with 8, but he is the victor. He is through to the final where he will confront Warren Stewart. Mark Ramsay bows out. He finishes in 3rd place in this year's Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic and takes home $2,500.
EMF Bowling Centre.